Hi guys! Today I'm doing a review and demo of the L'Oreal True Match Lumi Cushion Foundation. I really like this foundation. It's fantastic, especially for a drugstore product. It is $16.99. That's how much I paid for it at Ulta, and that's about how much I was finding it for on other sites when I was just looking online to see if there was anywhere to get it for less. As far as a drugstore foundation, that is fairly expensive, but based on the quality and just how much I really enjoy using this, just as a foundation across the board, not as a drugstore foundation, I think it's worth it. I am in N2 Classic Ivory, and let me go ahead and show you this. It comes with a little applicator thing, and then it opens up and there is the cushion, and it's a liquid foundation that is all contained in this little sponge. I've never seen anything quite like it. It's super liquidy, and you just use either the sponge it came with or something like a beauty blender, and you press it into the sponge and it blends beautifully. It is a Lumi foundation, so it is luminous. If you don't want that dewy, glowy look, this probably isn't the product for you. But for anyone with dry skin, this is fantastic. I have really fair skin, and the N2 works really nicely for me. I can't say I've ever found a drugstore foundation that matches my skin as well as this one does. And with that, I'm just going to jump right in and show you how I apply this product. Okay, so I'm using my beauty blender to apply this because it is the most similar to the little pad that came with the product. I have been using this little pad, and it actually applies the product really nicely, but you can see how dirty it is, and there's not really a way to clean this. It's not a very durable little pad. So I'm going to use my beauty blender and open that up and dab, 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 and then just start applying it to my face. The best way to use a beauty blender is when it's just a little bit damp. Just get it wet, and then I squeeze it out really well, and then sometimes I'll even squeeze it in a towel to make sure there's not too much residual moisture. It's making me look really light, but it does oxidize just a little. What I love about the beauty blenders, is that you can really get underneath the eye with the pointy end. And this product, even with the sponge that it came with, which isn't that great of quality, it applies really nicely. It goes on beautifully, it blends out really nicely. I love it when you can't even see my foundation. It just looks like I have super nice skin. And this product does that. It feels like I'm wearing nothing. It's buildable as well. I have some little blemishes on my cheeks and jawline here, and I can just go back over it, and it really covers that up pretty nicely. You can still see them a little bit, and I'll use a little bit of concealer, but for the most part, I'm pretty impressed with the level of coverage I'm getting for how light this product is. As you can see, it's pretty dewy, very glowy, which I like since I have dry skin. I'm just gonna let it set for a second because it does feel sort of like I just put moisturizer all over my face. It's just a little bit damp almost. For the little spots where I have blemishes, I'm going to use the Laura Mercier High Coverage Concealer. It's for under eyes, but it's really thick. You squeeze it and a tiny little bit comes out, and that's all you need, the teeniest little bit, and you can cover all kinds of stuff with that. For this concealer in particular, I usually just end up going back to using my finger. And then for under my eyes, the IT Cosmetics CC Plus Eye Color Correcting Full Coverage Cream plus Anti-Aging Hydrating Serum with SPF 50+. That is quite a mouthful. It has the metal applicator that is supposed to be really nice for like depuffing and stuff because the metal stays really cold, and it does feel good. But a lot of times I just end up putting the concealer on my finger because I can't tell how much I'm applying straight from the tube. It's a much more liquidy consistency than the Laura Mercier. I have this ginormous fluffy brush with my Jane Iredale loose powder. I'm just gonna go sort of through the T-zone a little bit, and then just where I applied that concealer to those blemishes. But because my skin is dry and because I want the dewiness that the L'Oreal Lumi foundation gives, I'm not doing a whole lot with powder. This is the high definition blush in taupe, and I'm just gonna use a little bit of this to do some contouring. This is my Real Techniques sculpting brush, and what I'm going for is not your typical under the cheekbones slimming the face look, because I already have a pretty slim face. So I'm sort of trying to shorten my face a little bit. And the best way to do that is to put a little bit of a shadow on top and a little bit of a shadow down here. This brush is super nice though for sculpting out under those cheekbones, and I do that sometimes, just not today. And this will make it so that the spot under my chin that has a little bit of this will blend into my neck so it doesn't look strange. Using a taupe instead of like a bronze for your contour is going to make it look like not so much sun-kissed glow as just a shadow. This works really nicely for my fair skin. Then I'm using Dallas by Benefit as my blush. You should see what this looks like. This has been a very well-used product, and then I think I traveled with it and dropped it, and it's just like little chunks in there now. It still works perfectly fine. And a little bit of highlight right there. You can do a little bit of highlight on your nose. A little bit of highlight right there. A little bit of highlight right there. I'm just glowing. This is the Kula Makeup Setting Spray, Green Tea and Aloe. Giving this a try. Oh! Whoa! So don't open your eyes when you're using this. It's SPF 30, and I can sort of smell that it has SPF. It smells like aloe. Can't really smell the green tea so much, but it will sting your eyes. This is great, actually, other than the eye stinging. Organic, has hyaluronic acid, which is really moisturizing. It's a makeup setting spray, and yeah, cool. This is another sample I got, I think in my January Birchbox. It is a super, super glittery, shiny lip gloss by Vintage Cosmetics, I think. It is in pink sequin. It has the weirdest applicator. It's almost like a nail polish brush. Okay. In conclusion, fantastic product. I love it. $16.99 is a little expensive for a drugstore product, but I think it's worth it. Maybe not the best product for someone with oily skin, but you could also just go ahead and set the whole thing with a powder and you'd probably be just fine. For anyone with dry skin, this is amazing. That's all I really have to say about it. I recommend it highly. Hope this video was helpful if you are looking to purchase a new foundation, or if you've been wondering whether this was something you should try. I think it is. Thank you so much for watching. Have a wonderful day, and I'll see you next time. Bye.